Well, as you can see, we have a little bit of an overcrowding issue here in our onion patch. It's time to thin them out. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rockin' Sea Homestead. My name is Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel. And it is definitely springtime, and as you guys see here, our onion patch, we planted this late last fall. I can't remember the exact date. We did a video. I'll post that up here in the corner for you guys to go back and check out if you haven't seen it. These guys have just been doing their thing over winter. We had a fairly warm winter on average this year here in Oklahoma. We did have our spikes of cold and hot, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. So these guys have just blown up, especially now since they've got some rain on them and some warmer temperatures. They're really going crazy. So what we're gonna have to do now is come through here and thin them out. And it's just gonna be like pulling up a green onion. Like if you go to the store and get a green onion, that's what it's gonna look like. But what that does is it allows the soil to get a little bit looser, and it gives room for those other ones we're leaving in there to bulb up and to get bigger and become big onions. And we got some fertilizer that we're going to put in here that I got from the same place that I ordered these from. And so far these things are doing awesome. So as I was saying, these things are going crazy. So this is we've had some wind here recently, so some of these have been kind of knocked over, but that thing's a good 3.5 feet tall. It's just insane. And last year we did kind of the same deal. We planted them around the same time, but we didn't plant them in super soil, and I'm telling you, that makes a huge difference. And this has been pretty self-sufficient. We didn't really have to water. If we had any water left over from the goats, we'd kind of dump it on it. But other than that, just whatever nature did, and super soil, that's what's caused it. If you guys haven't seen our video on super soil, I'll leave a card to it. Plus, we're going to be doing another video here pretty soon about the super soil because it's just awesome. But what we're going to do, how I planted these, I kind of planted them in rows this way, and then kind of, if you kind of look at a four, like 4 slots, and then I planted one in the middle. So I'm going to kind of thin them out this way and this way so we get plenty of room. You may ask, what are you going to do with all those onions that we have? We're going to actually preserve them. We're going to just chop them up. We're going to freeze them. And so we have fresh onions throughout the spring here until we get some bigger onions later on in the summer. So I'm having a perfect example here. See if we can get a shot in here. So we have 3 onions right here that are pretty close. 2 are about the same size, 1's smaller. So what I'm going to do is I try to take like the smaller one. I'm just going to pull that out. And you see that was a red onion. Looks great. And then I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to try to leave the biggest one. Try to just be super careful getting it pulled up. And then we have a nice red green onion. And then this one will be right here. And once we get it kind of cleaned out, I'll pull out all this straw or hay that we had in here for last year. And you can see that thing is pretty, and we're just going to give it enough space to grow and get bigger. So we got everything thinned out pretty good. As you can tell, we got quite a bit of a pile here of onions, and they smell so good. They look really good. So now we got to take these in and get them cleaned up and take care of these guys inside to preserve them. But before we do that, we need to come in here and put in a little bit of fertilizer. And while I was ordering the fertilizer from Dixon Dell, one is an onion special, And that's kind of a pre-growth well before they get to this height. And then at this point you put in some ammonium sulfate, onion fertilizer, and this is going to go to the bulbs and get those guys really going and get that nutrient in there and be able to get those things bigger. So that's kind of where we're at now. So we're just going to kind of spread this around, get it watered in, and be good to go. All right, so we got everything cleaned up. Now we just have to go inside and get these things cut up, chopped up. We have to go run into town, do a couple errands. So later this afternoon, that's what we'll be doing. These are gonna make the house smell awesome and gonna smell like onions the rest of the day. But guys, thanks for coming back, watching our video. If you haven't caught us on Facebook or Instagram, make sure you check out those. There's a lot of updates on that well before we send out a video. So make sure you check that out. For those that watch our videos all the way to the end, we really do appreciate you guys. And hope you come back and share this video out to anybody else that may like this. We have a lot more gardening stuff coming up, so make sure you stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.